And we are back on the Rodriguez Show, and we have two very special guests here, one returning and one here for the first time. Yeah. Give it up for Destruct and DJ Zole.
What's up, brother? Rodriguez Show, man. Yeah. I'm excited.
Thanks for being here. I know you've been here a few times already, Zole, for Sunday school. Shout out to Still Authentic every Sunday.
Still Authentic.
And Destruct, obviously, you've been here a few times already.
Home away from home by now, right? Trying to rack up, like the most visits and shit, you know what I mean? Always call dibs on top bunk, though. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but it's good to see you, bro. Thank you for having us, as always.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Still Authentic. I mean, Hits 101 is, I know, real talk, like a landmark, I think, location for not just OC hip-hop, but I think hip-hop in general. Because you guys have had a lot of legends here, and we're just happy to add to that history and lineage, you know what I'm saying?
For sure,
what makes me stoked is that you guys are here, and you're here in Orange County, and that's where I come from.
Gang.
And I love seeing you guys just function. Even if I just see a little post, I go like, yeah, that's my people. Always getting my likes.
That part.
And so the Sharpshooters, that's your project that's out now. It came out in March. And then the King of the Kings remix video is out now. It came out earlier. It came out last week because by the time this airs, it'll be a week since it's out.
All divine timing.
Before we talk about all that stuff, how did you guys meet and start working together? I know it's been a long time.
Oh, shit. We met through the Los Angeles underground independent hip-hop scene. From everything.
You make it sound so enthusiastic.
Yeah,
I
was trying to give it my Sunday.
Right?
Yeah.
Or how about next time try the Inner World voice? But as you were saying.
Two hip-hoppers.
Yes.
Love hip-hop so
on the
much.
Blood of the project.
They follow the Project Bloodians everywhere they go. No, it's just through. Yeah, that's one avenue, Project Blowed. But as well, all the stuff we were doing with Urban Underground, man. Shout outs to Gigi and Leviathan. Back in the day, we were rocking this amazing night at the Airliner.
Yeah, as a residency. Do you remember that shit?
Every
by chance?
Friday.
No. It was probably before your time.
Where was that?
Yeah,
this first started
at the Airliner.
Well, originally it started at Zen Sushi, which was like a spot in like Los Feliz next to like Hollywood and whatnot, and then it transitioned to Airliner, which was like Lincoln Heights, almost like East LA side.
Lincoln Heights.
And there was like a residency they did every Friday, but it was pretty badass. They had like legendary people headline.
Man, we had
3 stages. It was pretty nuts.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
I don't remember the 10-year anniversary of it, but that's how far back it was. It was 10 years, and that was like 15 years ago.
A lot of history and memories
I don't know,
made.
my math is bad on time.
Me and Zole crossed paths there, and every time we linked, it was always love, it was always genuine.
Being on Keep the Feel together.
That's who we, shout out to Abstract Rude, who started this independent label called Keep the Feel, and we were like featured on many compilation joints. My first group project on there, Quiet on the Set. We had a video with Zole. So we just kept seeing each other in the scene. When he was, my boy, for those that don't know, is the OG that's DJ'd for many besides Abstract Rude, like Sage Francis. So when he was touring with Sage Francis' crew called Epic Beardman, I was blessed to rock a couple tour dates with them. So we just always kind of stayed in the loop, on one of my last projects, Steady Aim, the joint featuring Eli. Zole blessed the cuts on that, as well as Dream Stay, as well as, stuff with other people that executive produce. So everything just kept becoming more natural every time we linked. So it was only right that when we came together for the Sharpshooters track that was on the Best You Never Heard vinyl, it made so much sense to that be the alley-oop to the dunk that became to Sharpshooters the complete full-length album.
Absolutely. And I remember looking back and going, like, a lot of the beats we were making for that Posse stuff, me, Ab, Kenny Siegel as well, we started noticing everyone being able to, because they're not all the same type of production. It's all hip hop, but it's not, there's different pocketing. With Project Blowed, you can give somebody a dance song from house music to all the way down to, nothing, a key just being played, a drone that
abstract slam poetry.
Yeah, and they're able to slam that shit.
Like they'll make it into something.
Yeah, man. It's lyricism at it.
They're originators of styles. Like for a lot of people, they'll consider that like even people like Bone Thugs and Harmony got their style from Project Blow. And that's a whole other discussion.
From Good Life, from the Freestyle Fellowship.
What Zole's saying is that he was around, a lot of talented people that were chameleon with styles, as so am myself.
He was, and I just kept in the back of my mind. I just kept held on to that. Knowing that he's that, I was just like, okay, so now I was like, I always wanted to make a record with not just an MC, but just one of my people, and that's killer with it, which is obviously say less.
And we well-rounded both ways, from the productions to just MCing approaches. You know, fuck being in a box. So it's just dope working with people that, you know, we bring something new out of each other. We literally like mad scientists in the lab, dog, on some Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. And you know, Sharpshooters, as lighthearted as it is, it really is a testament to just us naturally having that blend, just as peoples. And I think I've been saying this a lot at shows, man. It's awesome to see, you know, quality music created by quality people. And Sharpshooters is honestly a definitive like reflection of that shit, you know?
Yeah, and it's really fun too. You can tell you guys were having fun when you were making it.
Right?
Yeah, and that's the point. I was like, I want to make a fun record with somebody that I have in my life.
Because if you ain't having fun, then what the really what the fuck is the point?
And I knew that I could do that with him. I always had it in my back of my head, and then finally the time came to execute it because we had a couple songs that we were just like, what the fuck? Let's just keep going.
So
that conversation, was that the conversation that was like, oh, okay, we already did Sharpshooters, now we have more to build off of that. Let's just make a whole product out of it.
Yeah, dude. Like, you know, shout out to Mind the Wax, which is an independent label out in Greece. You know, the Best You Never Heard vinyl did so well that it segued into having the opportunity to be like, what else you got? Now with Sharpshooters in the mix, they're familiar with seeing what me and Zole are doing, as well as Strange Famous Records, which is, you know, Sage Francis' label, as well as other independent people, you know, shout out to Rhyme Sayers, you know, really seeing the caliber and quality and the direction we going. Not just these two entities and fan bases and worlds colliding, just ultimately what's the end result. So with that being said, it's only right that we gotta continue this fucking train and see what else we can come up with together, as well as paying homage to another legendary wrestler, you know?
Exactly. Right. And yeah, you segued perfectly into the whole wrestling thing. Was that just something that, when did you guys have that conversation of like, oh, do you like wrestling?
I mean, I think it happened randomly, right?
Yeah, it happened on some random shit. I think we were just talking on some wrestler stuff.
I mean, dude, look, the beat, the Sharpshooter song beat was so smooth that I was like, I'm just gonna have fun with this, and that's why my opening line was, you know, a sharpshooter like Bret Hart, just be the best part. Like,
and that's where it came from. To be honest with you, he said that first, and we were like, "What the fuck, dude? That is so cool." So that's what we did. We named the song Sharpshooters, and then we went like, "What if we kept going?"
Exactly
on this. Fucking like, what if we kept that going?
Yeah, and we're both big on concept records, dog. So it was dope to just have something like be nostalgic, pay homage to the classic wrestling, as well as now with the whole boom of shit coming back. You know what I mean? And so it's just crazy from like, you know, shit on a personal level to what you see on an entertainment level in regards to the wrestling world, from Vince McMahon and Bret Hart and everything in between. It's dope that this album is like the bridge between fans. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And on top of that, I grew up a big ass wrestling fan, and I had fallen out for many years. And like when we started this, I was always talking to this guy, oh yeah, you gotta watch this.
I put him up on game. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta watch this. You gotta watch that. I was like, hey, I'm back, and I started watching all the docs and all the stuff that I had missed, you know, over the years, you know. Yeah. And I was just like, what the fuck? I forgot about
and the last WrestleMania was fire, right?
Yeah,
it was fire,
I finally got into WrestleMania.
Right? It was a good ass show, man.
We had 2 days of that, man.
That part. Yeah. Well, Lil Wayne's performance, you know, that's another discussion. But other than that, it was a solid show. It was a solid show.
And it's like, well, if whatever that was, I wasn't there to watch that anyway. Like,
exactly.
It was such a surprise.
Yeah.
I was
that
like,
was
what
a bonus.
The heck?
That was a bonus.
like, oh, cool, Lil Wayne's here.
I just like seeing people just jump around and do that cool shit. The theatrics of it all. That's the storytelling, all of it. Like it's not just a couple of dudes in a ring wrestling.
No, it's soap opera for men. You know what I'm saying? Or novelas for hombres. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
and you watch it with that, and you're like, oh, it's so fun. Like
that part.
That probably we knew the actual. I mean, we knew that the animosities and everything was stunted when we were kids. Yeah, everyone liked to call it fake. I wouldn't call it. That's stunt work in my opinion. Yeah.
That's the name of our next Spanish punk rock band. Is Novelas for Hombres. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
That's a good one right there.
Straight up. That's it.
There we go.
And when it comes out, just remember this moment.
You know? Telemundo. Canal 34. Univision.
I thought it was cool that Bret Hart was the first one, because you said it just stemmed from you writing that line, and you're like, well, we got to ride with this guy for this whole first project.
Yeah, but you know what's funny though, bro? Like in retrospect, I think it was a dope decision, not just because he's one of the best to do it. He's definitely a slept-on legend. He's not someone that's really brought up enough. He ain't on that Hogan, Rock, Stone Cold.
And he was one of my the whole Hart Foundation. I loved those guys so much when I was younger, and I always was wondering why they were so hated.
Because they were the shit. And to be honest, I wasn't the biggest Bret Hart fan. I was definitely more into like Macho Man, Snap It to a Slim Jim. You know what I'm saying? Randy Savage.
Well,
he was one of my favorite. I had the stuffed animal of Macho Man and shit. I did
Macho Man.
But with Bret, I think as unique as his story is and his approach, I think it just matches with the music. I mean, Sharpshooters alone, like besides it sounding dope and it's a finishing move, like it's a dope statement for life, like what we're shooting towards. Like we're sharp at this craft, we're shooting towards success. So there's just so many different ways you can, finesse.
And that's another thing about the record. It's not about wrestling. It uses wrestling metaphors.
Exactly. We sprinkle, like there's little sprinkles of it, but
There's
we definitely
wrestling metaphor throughout
exactly.
everything.
We don't want to overstay our welcome or burn it out.
Because at the same time, we like to make music that's about. So like, don't get it twisted. We love our wrestling homies and all that shit.
Yeah, the cover. It's no false advertising.
No,
like
there's wrestling references in every single song.
Yeah, right. We did our homework and definitely did justice for that aspect of it. But of course, the album is so much more. That was just something.
He picked up on some gnarly topics, and that's another reason why I kept going. All right, dude, I need to designate a couple. As I am a studio owner, I work for Strange Famous as a mixing engineer and producer. I work and I'm Sage's personal DJ. I am also a Project Blodian DJ. I am from Project Blode. I'm also my own entity, DJ Zole. I'm all over the place.
We men of many hats.
Speech impediments, four-finger ring. We could keep going there.
Hey, you already know. You already know.
So like juggling all that, I was like, you know what? I had to dissect it and be like, yo, I am down to once a week make sure that he has a brand new piece. Because he's so sick.
And the perfect, the irony of that too is like just people may not know how much of an artist Zole is as well as I am in our different lines of work and fields that we do. There's on the song Rise, there's a perfect little excerpt from one of his documentaries where like a lot of people didn't know that Bret Hart was an artist too.
Right.
This fool could like literally draw some amazing shit. And this guy's like, yeah, I used to draw cartoons. And he's like, hey, anyone's gifted. You just gotta like see what fits you. And so I see shit like that, dog. That's like little gems.
Yeah, you get to hear his voice himself.
Exactly. Gems that you wouldn't know about him. I think you might even learn about us. And that's from concepts to the style of production that he's doing to the fact that I'm even rapping for the first time in Portuguese in my native tongue and having a homie, shout out to Jean-Claude, sound like a straight like Portuguese future with some auto-tune and Zole with some crazy experimental dubstep-ish kind of production.
Yeah, I had made that and I was like, you know what? Every day I wake up and make a beat, and that was one of them. And I just set a metronome and I set it for more what people would call these days trappier, but it wasn't really trap. I'm putting about like 70 BPM.
From house to trap to fucking alternative to hit boom bap, like Zole is a genius, dog.
Yeah. Thank you.
Safe to say we're a men of many hats, and if I got to be shameless with it, shout out to Resident People for the filming, shout out to Rebel Minded Music for the shows, and Area 52 for the studio, as well as Pinnacle Sounds for the studios.
Shit, man.
we men of many hats, so I think it's dope to have a canvas to just give motherfuckers just a little glimpse of our lives, of the type of artists that we are, and ultimately the true contributors we are to this culture.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
And it's good that you're giving yourself that credit too. You got to be able to be like, look at all the shit that I do, because we don't do that enough for ourselves.
And it's different. It's different speaking about it.
When you really do that one day, and you're just sitting by yourself doing that, and you reflect back, and then you can't keep track.
Yeah,
it's a good feeling.
But, dog, it's a difference between just speaking about it and being about it. I think it's awesome that we are so dedicated to this craft that it's like beyond second nature. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
like,
yeah.
You don't even think about what you do because it's just so part of like.
It's
your
like
life.
when Caesar. It's like when Caesar enters a room, and whether if it's a fan or a breeze, everything just moves in slow motion. Some Beyonce shit. You know what I'm saying? Like works of art just happen so naturally for us when it just comes second nature to you.
Exactly. All right, so let's get down to the tracks themselves. What do you think is your favorite track if you had to pick one out of all of them?
Start it off, Zole.
Oh, he always gets me.
Start it off, Zole.
No Frame is kind of my favorite because the way he hits it is so gnarly, and that was one of the things.
That's what she said.
Right. I do that so much. Man. I speak so literally that we have so many little avenues in language now that you're just
skirt.
But no
Frame.
I wanted to get my Mike Shinoda on, and I wanted to get like an alternative sound, and then I wanted someone to do boom bap over it, and then he does not just boom bap, but he pops into his inner Shinodas as well and fucking hits it like 10 different ways, you know what I mean?
And,
fucking,
I don't know why.
Back.
Doesn't even matter how hard you try. Real talk. No Frame is
really
special.
Wanted to do that badly, for hip hop, but to take every element that just ain't as hip hop as you would expect. That people, I don't know. I grew up fans of those guys. They're cool. And,
No, definitely. Shout out to Linkin Park and rest in peace to Chester. Like, you know, from Hybrid Theory to Meteora, that definitely was a special moment in time in music. For sure. Not too many, you know, rock bands as their debut album come out swinging out the gate with 7-8 million sold within like a year or two.
That was gnarly.
And trip out on this, having such a solid debut that their second release was literally a remix of the first album. Remember what was it? Reanimation, which was incredible and had like a lot of OGs. Rest in peace, Zumbi from Zionite, Farrah Monch, Charlie Tuna. So legendary shit. So definitely,
and they were super hip hop.
Yeah,
and that's why I was like, "Fuck!" So I'm gonna make it one like that.
Come on, bro.
And in my head,
the Fort Minor shit with Styles of Beyond. Man. So with that being said, like No Frame, I definitely agree with Zole. That one is special, just because if it wasn't for Zole considering that, I probably would never consider that beat myself, just because it's so alternative and has such a different pocket to it. You know, me personally, I gotta say Invasion, Area 52, just because
I love that one too.
At first, man, I wasn't really feeling the beat. It was a little too crazy. You know, it's funny because a lot of people think I look Middle Eastern already as it is, so I guess it's on brand. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Brasileiros and Chilenos, though. Don't get it twisted. But just hearing that, I think it brought something interesting out of me, and I think that's why the song is, you know, broad, dense, and deep at the same time. Because I talk about a lot of things of just, you know, being, you know, raised from immigrants and, you know, seeking for truth in the land of bullshit, and like, what do I mean by invasion? You know what I mean? Like, it's us as minorities taking over in a land that was always kind of against us, but at the same time showing off, you know, my MCing skills. So I just love songs like that where it's just, you know what I mean? It's just a dope blend of flexing, but also having a message at the same time. And I think Invasion Area 52 is just perfect fucking time capsule of that shit, you know?
I think the whole project is a combination of all those things. Like, you have the right beats and you have the right metaphor to get people in casually, but then once they start listening to it, there's something there. Like, there's substance.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, dog. And you got the exclusive, right? Before the shit came out, I remember you texted me like, "Hey, dog, Zoe showed me this shit's dope." I was like, "Oh, thanks, bro."
Yeah.
So it was
last year. Yeah,
I appreciate that, but it was a long time coming. But at least you knew, like, quality takes patience, and that's why we were blessed to get the vinyl and the rollout that we got for it, because I wanted to make sure that it got the release it deserved.
Yeah, know? I mean, I even looking back doing research for this, like, you guys finished this late last year and you didn't drop it till like 3 months into this year.
That part.
So like when people do that, that means there's like intention behind, not just, oh, I finished it, I'm gonna drop it next week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, dude, we don't make no microwavable here today, gone tomorrow type shit. We try to make some gourmet, timeless music, you know, pedazo de arte that's gonna be, you know, forever embedded in heads. And that's why we were still rolling out. Blessed to have the last video with the OG Blue, you know what I mean? And at the same time, like, you know, stepping our game up from not just presentation, but just, you know, just overall impact of the music, bro. You know, I know nowadays, like, you gotta hit shit in so many different ways, and like, I'm still trying to understand just the art of marketing and presentation itself, that it just feels dope to just be inspired to like, all right, what else can we, you know, benefit from our work? Like, what's just another way we can attack this shit? And, you know, also let motherfuckers know that real art still exists. Real artists are still cooking up classic conceptual bodies of work. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man. And that's why I always appreciated you, because it's like you're saying, it's a whole package. It's not just, hey, I made an album. It's like, here's a vinyl for it. Yeah. Here's a rollout, you know? Right.
Exactly.
So shout out to you guys, man.
No, I appreciate that.
You know, talk a little bit about the making of the video that you said you just dropped recently?
Yeah, King of the Kings. It's crazy because
fun day.
Yeah, man.
A long day for me.
You know, the original version, right, was on the first record, on the first vinyl, the Best You Never Heard, and you know, Zole did the cuts on that, so I felt it was only right. Let's flip it in a whole different style. Like, if Zole, you know, if this was your track, where would you take it? So I like the fact that he just, you know, musically made it a lot more brighter than the original one, a lot more musical, and it's one of the only, like, I want to say, happier parts of the album. You know, I'm not saying that the album gets dark, but definitely there's tones and areas where it gets, you know, it gets a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't say melancholic, but it gets a little more gloomy. That shit's a nice little piece of sunshine, so it only made sense. That sounded fucking corny as fuck. Nice piece
it is though.
I'm gonna make it sound hard. Yo, that shit was a piece of sunshine, homie. But Sonny D, but real talk, the fact that we did it, you know what I'm saying, at Huntington Beach, right before, you know, Zoe had to get his hustle on.
Yeah, I was spinning at the HB house. And like, I was like, you know what? Fuck, let's just film on the beach.
Let's just do it.
So we walked up.
Yeah, dog.
And some of the people that, you know, are our nomad friends that like to just travel the earth, our Dharma bums that they like to call themselves. They call themselves the Dharma bums.
It only accentuated.
I'm not trying to call them a bum. They're just out there searching Dharma. It's a great book by Jack Kerouac for anybody listening.
On the road, dropping gems on them.
Yeah. Read Dharma Bums. It's a really good one. It's about people that just, seek the world for their purpose.
That's deep.
And
but they just added to the video. So people on surfboards.
Yeah, exactly. They had set up like a whole overnight a whole little tiki little area.
Yeah. Damn. Bonfire type shit.
All kinds of shit.
They literally gave us a set on the beach. So
it was
that's
sticks
crazy.
and all kinds of driftwood sticking out of the sand. We were like, what? I was like, I was just trying to get us up on the water's edge because I DJ right there in 2 hours.
The plan is though really to the line, dog. Because now me being a Long Beach local and Blue out in San Pedro, it was just easy to come get Blue. Go out to Huntington Beach.
Right on the other side of you now.
Go out to Huntington.
You're right on the side of him now.
Exactly. And we literally did the video in 40 minutes, bro. We didn't have too much time.
Yeah, we did it real quick.
Sunlight was dropping. He had to go to work. We all had places to be. So it was just dope that we're able to capture that moment, regardless of who's passing by, and make something timeless, dog.
And that's kind of how all of our videos have gone. Mm-hmm. It's just we're going to videotape our reality real quick. Mm-hmm. And then we're gonna make a little, and then he helps script it to where I'm like, what do I do with my hands, guy? What am I?
That's where I come in with my
phenomenal director.
Appreciate it. I get my Tarantino Spielberg on, and it's beautiful when you have one line of work inspire another. I'm definitely, as much as I'm trying to always step my game up as an MC, I'm able to step my game up as a director and videographer. So
Okay, this is what I meant to say. We know our artistic selves so much that we're able to just walk and go okay, we could stop right here and make something out of this. Okay, now we can get to another corner.
And he ain't used to being in videos. Now he's in videos more than me, dog.
In music videos, bro. I mean, there's the solution. I'm not in that music video with Abstract Rude, Brother Ali, and Slug. That's my. Everybody goes, oh, that's the Zole claim to fame.
No, with Sharpshooters, we put that beer to work.
I'm not even in that video.
This one you're like, all right.
I was like, but yeah, he gets me to watch a 4-finger ring video. I'm always in a mask or I have something over my head. Or I'm not in it. Try and find me speech impediments video.
Dog, your name is part of the fucking title. That's only right? You're just as much as an artist, as much as I am. That's why every group project I do, I make sure is it's 50-50, even split, equal rights and beneficial for both parties involved. That's why it's only right Zole gets to be in the vid just as much as me, even more. Because think about it, if you didn't produce it, bro, mix, master, and do the cuts the way it did, I would never, have the raps generated from the production to start with. So it's only right if we're gonna showcase the video
and you make sure I look good.
And the people who create it, it's only right we show the motherfuckers that really created the soundtrack for this film that they're about to experience.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's what it ends up being. It's the one that we have out right now that we're promoting for Hitman, right? What's the order if we're doing?
The Sharpshooters, the Hitman intro, and then King of the Kings with Blue.
That was a big experience for me because I've been on a lot of video shoots before where they're have you cameo out on some stuff, and that was kind of the vision that I had. We went out we were in Coachella. We were out at Coachella and fucking
actual Coachella, not the festival, but someday, soon enough.
And just filmed on the side of this cliff that just kept singing. It just kept singing because there were so many places that were cool as we were, traversing the mountainside. But it was let's just look at that part up there. It's glistening with the sunlight, and we get up there and we film that whole video, and then flip the night, we drive by a freaking sign and went oh shit, dude,
the neon was heavy at night out in Palm Springs.
Was so sick, dude. And we were like, dude, let's get you finger drumming and playing the beat off your setup underneath that. And we're like, all right, let's go. It's see, that's what I'm saying.
Everything just falls into place.
All on the fly, bro. All on the fly.
Gonna be up here, so we're looking through the lens of art. And I guess I did it, being with him so much has helped me realize that we see in art more, just as much as we hear in art and move in art. you know, so it's fucking crazy.
No, that's just real because a lot of the places, bro, like, yeah, we have a location in mind, but a lot of it is run and gun, like what we just see on the way there or around the area. So it's just awesome.
The natural artistic visions.
Exactly. Like I said,
can just make
give us.
We could do it in this room right now.
Yeah.
Pause. But give us a blank canvas, and best believe we're gonna make that picture like come to life, real shit, in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope. Well, I wanted to give you guys a chance to talk about each of what you're working on independently. You just blew my mind with all this talk of creating things, and I'm just like, what else are you guys creating? Because I'm very excited to hear what else you got coming up next, independently or with.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Go first, though.
It's gonna be a long list.
He's a busy man. He's a busy guy.
Well, no, just first and foremost, just stay tuned to all and everything Strange Famous. We got a lot of cool stuff rolling out this year, from Old Boy Rhymes, other stuff with Francis. We have just released. Let's go through the releases. Ham and Eggers, Sky and the Line by Meter Maids. Alexander Brown and Meter Maids got together and made an album called The Line in the Sky, and it is out of control. Black Lick is in the works. We got it's heavy over there. We got Early Adopted rolling. He's going. Jesse the Trees working. Mopes is prolific. Goes by Mopes now.
Amazing album, by the way.
Unbelievable.
One is. Oh, can I say that or not?
Let's keep that low.
Okay. Take that part out. Okay. Just bleep that part out. But just some heavy features on that project.
There's insane features, and you'll be hearing it for soon. And but we're gonna. It's just awesome. So there's the Strange Famous plug. Shout out Strange Famous till the grave takes us.
SFR.
And for me as DJ Zole, I'm back to roots things that like started in my life in the mid 90s, drum and bass, house music, as well as things that were in hip hop. Like I'm producing at an insane level. I've gotten into sound design and everything over the last 20 some odd years, and finally I'm trying to like fulfill the insides now. Not trying to say that I wasn't coming up in the game and getting to where I am, as a hip hop artist, but that takes grind, and that takes a certain focus to stay in that lane. But all these times I have all this other artwork of sound in my head. So I have everything from house music, from How My House Flippers album. I went with my brother, and we Druid from Speech Impediments. We created ZME Entertainment. And,
what up, Drew?
Yeah.
Nice.
And last night we had a drum and bass event in out at the Wayfair, and fucking amazing, and cracking as always, and
shout out to the Wayfair. That's a good spot.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Spot,
and it looks like we had one last month, so look, we're gonna have a monthly one there. It's called Bass Havens. Really
and
fun.
I get the title because the prices for their drinks are way fair.
It is way fair, dude.
That's how you know the trees are good when the jokes get worse. As you were saying, sir.
But yeah, no, just to be back into a DJ culture that. Not to diss my hip hop DJ culture of anything, because I love it so much. They just won't let me battle anymore and do stuff, and won't let me get all artistic. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just hitting avenues that I didn't get to express as much coming up these last 20 years.
Remember Goro?
That's dope, man. Be able to explore.
Remember Goro
from Mortal Kombat? Yeah.
That's this guy with his DJing skills. Man.
Oh shit!
4 hands minimum.
Like I'm just trying to do my best, but I take a lot of pride in the way I produce music, and I'm just refining it every day, trying to find something new, learn something new.
Oh, they're gonna hear that on Tombstoners. Best believe. Best believe that. We set the bar high with Sharpshooters. It's only right with Tombstoners.
We were doing a production session 2 days ago where he was coming around. I was like, all right.
So the wheels are already in motion for that.
Yeah. I think we're almost.
It's a spicy meatball. Real talk.
But like this, we'll finish the record. We'll marinate on it. We'll adjust. We'll make sure the product's perfect. We'll
There'll
get
still
it
be
all
some
lined
time.
up, and we'll take our time and make sure it gets to your hands the right
Inter-
way. and the
interlude
best
by
way
Caesar.
possible.
Yeah.
Interlude by
Hey,
Caesar.
yeah, if
Throwing
you
it
need
out
anything,
there.
let me know.
Throw it out there. You know
If
what
you
I'm
want to give
saying?
me any early previews, let me know.
Got you.
Destructive about you. Anything else coming up other than Tombstone, which I'm very excited about?
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Sharpshooters, we still got a lot of cool things in the works for that. We still got some more vids, as well as one with our brother Gaja, rest in peace, who unfortunately passed away 2 years ago. So this is his last official time being featured on an album, as well as on a wax, So we're doing that video as well as some other ones. We'll let those be a mystery. So definitely stay tuned for that. And again, big shout out to Mind the Wax for just showcasing this shit. They've definitely been supporting it, and look forward to actually having the album as well as released with Strange Famous Records. So look out for that as well.
Yeah, it'll be
You can say that,
available
right?
Yeah.
There's another part
it'll
to
be
bleep out?
available at strangerfamousrecords.com.
Yeah. Target, wherever.
Target, yeah, you can pick that up at Target,
Yeah.
Best Buy,
Wherever fine records are
fucking
sold.
Amazon.
That's dope.
But,
That's dope.
But
People keep sending me links to go like, dude, you know your record's on like fucking, Martha Stewart's new website.
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, man, it makes
That's
sense.
distribution
bro.
right there.
We out there. We out
Makes
there.
sense. Martha Bangs.
But yeah, Sharpshooters definitely still full steam. Still got more things cracking, as well as
we still got a lot of motions.
yeah. Shout out to New Day, the song featuring our peoples from the Mind of Wax label, Irene and BNC, two amazing artists out of Greece
Absolutely.
as well. We got the
Very
video for
phenomenal
that,
artists.
as well as doing the remix with the OG Abstract Rude at this year's Rhyme Fest.
Yeah, that's why I was holding off for that so we can do that together.
Yes, live from the LA Coliseum.
Live from the LA Coliseum. We
Oh,
will be
shit.
up.
Yeah.
We're performing at the LA Coliseum. 30 years of Project Blowed, as well as I'll be with Francis as well. We'll have Atmosphere out there.
Damn.
Shout outs to the Rhyme Fest guys, Scooby and everybody out there. They're really bringing it down holding
always.
it down for us. And
fire.
As always, Alchemist, Dilated, Funk Dubious. I mean, the list goes on, bro.
it
It's
just
nuts.
keeps cruising.
So
Freestyle Fellowship, the guys
Yeah.
that created the sound that everybody likes to enjoy.
that part.
Fast
So-
rap.
So just to cap off, what people can look forward to in regards to Sharpshooters biz, you know what I mean? Definitely look forward to all that.
Oh, yeah.
Me as always, man, back to my filming, production team, resident people. It's been an amazing 2.5 years. You know what I mean? I just got so much crazy shit in the works that I can't even speak on yet, but including this last video we did with Blue, just, people that need any video work, definitely holla at your boy. We make shit happen. Let's bring your vision to life. Now moving in Long Beach, I moved the Area 52 studio to a more breezy location next to La Playa. So if you need that studio work, definitely holla at your boy as well.
There you go.
And shout out to my show promotions, Rebel Minded Music. I just celebrated the year anniversary of my show series called The Fix, which originally started at the Virgil in LA. Then I moved to the Good Bar in Long Beach, and then I just rocked in Norwalk and some spots in Pomona. So we taking this shit all over the fucking Cali. And you know what I mean?
Nice.
So for shows, holla at that. For myself, I got too much, man. All I'm gonna say is besides Tombstoners, which me and Zole are carefully calculating the craftsmanship on that shit. A lot of words with C's.
Yeah, we're doing the foundation work right now.
That part. Me and my brother Bless One got an amazing record.
Yes.
Yeah, which Zole's gonna help us with that.
Nice,
And we got features.
Dude, I cannot wait for this record. I
Nice.
can't wait for the people to hear this record.
It's one of my more rawest, heaviest,
So
straight boom bap
good.
projects with features from Jurassic 5, freaking Living Legends, Visionaries, nonfiction, blues on
And
it.
Bless
It's
just
nuts.
went nuts, dude.
Yeah, on the MCing. We even got the teacher on there for those hip hop heads that know who I'm talking about. That's all I gotta say. Say less. So
You know what? When everybody goes, I don't give a fuck about people that follow me.
that part.
He's the one person.
And my real
that
name
I-
is Chris. I've said enough.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can stop
there's
there.
only-
I just
and there's
can't
only
wait
one.
for this record.
There's only one of him. But yeah, so look out for that. Inner City Soul album.
Shout out Bless One.
Shout out to my boy Bless Uno. Inner City Soul. Shout out to my band. That's always, secretly in the works as well. Me and my brother Geronimo X got something crazy. Canvas Never Lies. And I'll just leave it at that, man. We got a lot
Are
of
you
dope
able
shit.
to talk about
Me-
part 2
Oh shit.
Of what?
of your dreaming?
Oh, Dream State 2.
I didn't want to say the
Yeah. Dream State 2.
know.
Concrete Word 2. Doing stuff with my homegirl from New York,
It's
Nesmit
so
Nefertiti.
good.
Damn.
yeah, man. You know me, dog.
That's another reason why I fuck
be here
with
all
my
day.
boy. I'm a huge fucking massive fan of his.
That part,
so I get to
likewise.
hear his shit and I go like, oh my God, I can't wait for the rest of this.
And
dude. Like,
definitely Zole will be featured heavily on a lot of those projects. It's a family thing.
I didn't want to shoot your business out. I tried to go dream and I was like, where are we at? State? I put my finger down. I was like,
can't give me
California.
You can't give me good ass weed and then a crazy
I
ass
know, that's my
equation.
fault. Shout outs to Dime. Am I wearing a Dime hat or
Yeah.
a Strange Famous hat?
This fool's like, yo, if a train travels in one direction at 50 miles, like, yo, slow your brakes. No, but yeah, man, that's pretty much what's cracking. You know what I'm saying? From all aspects and lanes that I'm traveling in. Just stay tuned for that. And Sharpshooters, man, that's where we at right now.
Yeah, we don't stop, and it's not. This is going to be how people like me and him function until we take our
That
last
part.
breath.
And real quick,
like,
shout out to Only Rep Green who made these
Oh,
limited
yes.
edition shirts. You know what I'm saying? Got
Let
the
me
ring and
turn it
turnbuckle in one.
Oh hell yeah!
The turntable, you know what I'm saying? Turnbuckles and all that in one. So shout out to
we're gonna get some hats too.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
This summer.
Abstraction One, my brother who designed it, as well as the Best You Never Heard cover, and
Sorry, I
Only
got a
Rep Green
giant
who did the
beard.
prints. That's my people's ORG, as well as shout out to Rock Culture holding us down. Strange
Yes.
Famous, Project
Hell yeah.
Blow, Keep the Field. It's a family thing over here, man.
All the links can be found at Destruct Music on Instagram, at
Yes.
DJ Zole on Instagram. You'll see it on the screen.
Yep.
All right, just give me 3 tracks from Sharpshooters you want to feature right now on the show.
I think it's only right. We do King of the Kings featuring Blue, just because that's the most
Yeah.
recent release. You pick the next one.
Let's get my brother's speech impediments in there and do the Hardtro.
The outro. It's only right.
Yeah.
Hardtro. And let's hit him with License to Kill. Why not?
Yeah,
That's a fun one.
License to Kill.
Hit him with the interlude into the interlude. You know what I'm saying?
All right, guys. DJ Zole, Destruct. Thank you guys for being here. Always
Absolutely.
a pleasure hanging out
Thank
with you guys.
brother.
Appreciate
Thank you
you,
for
man.
what you do. Does anybody come in here and tell you that you're badass for being a
Every
fucking...
once in a while.
All right.
Hey, I complimented his hair on some Beyonce shit earlier in case you didn't catch
I have
that.
hair just like yours. My shit's tied up.
Gang, gang.
All right, guys. Let's get into it right now on The Rodriguez Show.
The Rodriguez Show.